Okay, in the overnight session, we had a very, very, very strong leg up. So what do we have to do? We have to draw our short-term trend channels. You can draw something wide like this, but it really doesn't give you an accurate representation of what's going on because according to this trend channel, all you see is an uptrend, when in reality, it's one leg up here and another leg up. So I really like to focus on the most recent leg up. And where do I see that? I see that right here with a break and a new high, followed by a bit of congestion. So now I'm thinking prices could potentially reverse, and we already had gone from up here to down here, back up to the highs. So at this point, I'm gonna at least draw a trading range just to give my mind and my eyes something to visualize that I don't want to be thinking that we're still in an uptrend. The more likely scenario is actually that we're in a range. So I don't want to be forced to at least have a bias towards going long, when in reality, a lot of traders are going to be thinking to short the market. So we have this short-term downtrend. We still need a new low because the rules of trends are that once there's a break, we must test the extreme before the trend is technically over. But we also have this short-term uptrend in play, which also, according to price action rules, needs a new high because we had a break of it. So there's two conflicting patterns going on at the moment. So we have a new low of this short-term downtrend, and we just keep rocketing lower. So to me, it looks like another leg down, followed by a break and a new low, kind of a exhaustion move. Because even if you want to draw a trend like this, it looks like a overshoot. And even if we try to draw something a little wider, let's see what it shows. It really shows it's an overshoot. But let's ignore that for now. So we're also reaching these lows, which is really the most important factor to consider. And just visually, you can tell that if you're looking at these bars, we were going at about a 45-degree angle, and then we quickly shot down. And that usually means there's going to be another move in the opposite direction. So at this point, we're looking for a reversal type pattern, which could come in the form of a failed second entry short. Because right now, we have a second entry short at the EMA. So we have a new low here. We always count from the new low. We have one leg up. And then because this bar, this big green bar with a big stem, broke below the one previous to it, that created a first entry short. Then we pushed back up. So if the next bar breaks below this one, it'll be a second entry short. However, for the reasons we already went over, we don't want to be thinking short anymore because we reached these lows. There's still this short-term uptrend in place. Even though we have a bear signal bar at the EMA, we don't want to go short because the downtrend is technically over. We had to overshoot. But there are going to be some traders who draw their trend channels wide like this. And even though if you're really just following the first few swings, we don't have a touch at the other side, but they're going to draw something like that where we have one touch here, touches here, but we're really just in the middle of it. So let's see if this ends up becoming a failure and all the people who went short got trapped. So the next bar isn't great. Let's see. And there we have it. So now we also have the break and a new high of this short-term uptrend. And that is why we don't want to go short at that point. So now we have another strong leg up, but that also is just a continuation of that break and a new high. We have some congestion, so let's just draw that as well. So really, it's just a mini range. If we have another bearish bar after this one, honestly, in real time, I like that trade because I'm just looking to get prices back to the EMA. We're at this midline. We know there's probably going to be some resistance there. There was some hesitation, but you ended up getting a scalp. It is an aggressive trade going short there, but if you know what you're doing, following a nice bullish bar, this is kind of just a trap in itself. Traders had a little hesitation, but it ended up working out. So now we do have a lower high right here. And honestly, I like that as a short as well, because this could be an even larger range, something like this, and we'd be looking to get to the lows. So let's see if that would have worked out. And it would have. But once again, this bar faked all the shorts out before eventually getting to the lows of this potential trading range. And now let's see what happens now. So we get to the bottom of these prices. We're expecting to go back to the top. And an overall picture, we're coming from the lows of the day, so we're expecting to go back to the highs of the day. So we have a new low, first entry short. And we really just have this short-term uptrend, break, new high. But we also must pay attention to this short-term downtrend. So we still haven't gotten a new low of that. And even in these mini ranges, we still need to follow the price action rules. So nothing really looks presentable there. If you're looking at this bearish signal bar, you don't want to go short at this moment because there's this short-term uptrend in play. 3 bars, bullish. You don't want to just go short at the top because we've reached these prices. You also have to take in multiple factors. If we're looking at this one, there's no short-term uptrend in place. It's literally just 1 bar. So yeah, if you would have gone short at this point, you would have got trapped. And now we had a break and a new high of this short-term uptrend. Even if you want to extend this uptrend like this, it's really a micro break and a new high. So an aggressive trader might actually even go short right here because there's going to be some people, once again, drawing wide-term uptrends like this. Oh, okay, look, we have several touches at the bottom, but we only have 1 touch at the top. So in my eyes, I'm never even going to worry about this short-term uptrend. There's multiple touches, but no touch at the top. Until there's confirmation on both sides, I'm not drawing it. So to me, it's just a trading range structure. We had a failed breakout at the top. Let's see if this short would have worked out. And it would have. Now we even have a lower high right here, but it's right at the lows of this move. So if we draw this short-term downtrend, we're looking to get a new low of this, but we're also potentially going to test this low again because we haven't had a new low, and we're at the top of the trading range, so we're looking to go to the bottom of the trading range. In real time, I did not take this trade because it closed right at the EMA. If it had closed below the EMA, I might have considered it, but that was a very nice trade. And now finally, we got this new low for this short-term downtrend. We're reaching these lows once again. We had a break, almost a new low of this new downtrend, but we haven't gotten one yet, so we're still looking to test this low. This bar did not reach the same price level. So at this point, traders are thinking, okay, we could go lower, but also we're in this range, we could go higher. So we just want to wait. So now we finally get that new low. So now we're expecting to go towards the top side of the trading range. Here, it's just bars stacked. So no trade. Break, new high of this short-term uptrend. More stacked bars. Nothing really that you can enter on. Now let's zoom out and see what's going on. In real time, you always want to do this and kind of interpret what prices are trying to do. So if we look back on the left side, even though we reached what is almost these lows, we didn't quite get there, right? We were a few points away from the very low of the day. So traders are thinking, now that we went to the top side of the trading range, or the middle of the trading range, attempted to go to the top side, we didn't end up going there. We tried to push several times, but the market just kept pushing lower and lower. Once we break these key levels, my new target is this low of the day. So there's really no good trade to take at the moment. It's really just one trading range here, kind of another one like that, in my eyes at least. But when we have something like this, we had new high here, lower high, I'm expecting to go lower. So, and that's what ended up happening. So actually, now is a very interesting point. So even though everything I just said is valid, traders are potentially thinking to test these lows. The dominant price action in this case is the trading range, or the dominant structure. So everything here is just stacked, correct? We're just chopping around, chopping around, chopping around. So in real time, I took this failed second entry short, which turned out to be a very, very nice trade, because I was actually leaning towards potentially testing these lows. But once we had 2 failed attempts by the shorts to push the market lower, and we rocketed above the EMA and had this nice bullish signal bar, I went long, and it turned out to be a nice trade of the day. And it was my final trade of the day because I got a nice run out of it. But if we're counting from this low, we had one leg up, another leg up. So it's really new low, first entry short, push up, second entry short. But you don't want to be going short in this context because it's above the EMA. If you went short below this bar, there's no reason to. It's a bullish bar. And the next one broke below, ended on its high. I went long right there. And traders thought the same thing. And I ended the day right there. Very nice trade. And now, I actually didn't even look at the charts after. So I'm going to be doing a little analysis in real time with you guys right now. So now, it's really just a single trading range. I'm get rid of that for now. So we have a break, new high. You can argue for this short right here, but the bars are pretty stacked. Let's see if it worked out. And no, it didn't work out. So even though we had a break and a new high, and we have a bearish signal bar right here, in this case, you have to think that because the bars are so stacked, we have 1, 2, 3 bars stacked in a row. There's even this sort of mini trading range at play. So you'd really be going, how I like to think of it is, you'd be going short at the bottom side of the trading range when you should really be going long. Even though in the overall trading range, we're trying to potentially break out the top and have a failed breakout, there's also these mini trading ranges at play, so you want to avoid going short just yet if the bars are stacked. So once again, bars are too stacked. Traders are getting trapped all over the place. And at an overall context, now we can be thinking, let's test the top side of the trading range. So we don't want to even be thinking to go short anymore, unless we're proven otherwise. So now we are proven otherwise. We are really just playing this trading range in the middle of the overall trading range of the day. So no entries here, more congestion. We have a short-term uptrend. I really don't see anything you can enter on. Maybe this higher low. Honestly, I'm going to mark that as a high probability trade because we had this congestion. When you rocket out of a trading range like that and you move above the EMA with such momentum and you have a higher low, you can be confident in that trade. But I'm gonna say this is a very, very aggressive entry because you're really going at the high of this move. You're going long at the high of this move, so you don't know how much room you really have, and you're also in the midline of the overall day. So I would skip it, but some aggressive traders might argue for it. So now let's see what we have here. We have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure. We're at the top side of this trading range, so we're potentially looking to fade the breakout and go lower. But once again, these prices look very stacked and just look congested. So I'm looking to even potentially fade this breakout. So I would not go short there. We also have this short-term leg that hasn't had a break in a new high. I'm going to say skip this short as well. Prices stacked. It would have worked for a scalp, but as we see, it really was just some more congestion. And the reason I like to draw these mini trading ranges is because in real time, traders are trading at every time frame possible, not just the 2000 ES tick chart. So every bar does matter in order to maintain an edge over everyone in this market. So we finally got a new high of this short-term uptrend. Let's draw another short-term uptrend. And zoom out a little bit. So we're attempting to reach the high of the day again. We can shorten that. Okay, so we do get a break and a new high. Let's see if we can get any reversal pattern. We don't just yet. And once again, we just have some more congestion. And now, I know I already saw what happened after this, but this is a second entry short at the top of the range, at the top of this mini range. If you look at this, it's one leg, break, new high, bear signal bar. You're looking to at least test the EMA, and it worked out for a scalp. So now prices are just chopping all over the place. I don't see any nice entry. See if we can get a second entry short. We do, but no good signal bar. We have a break and a new low of this downtrend. Okay, so this is an interesting spot. Let's see if this would work out. So prices are working down, obviously. We're testing the EMA multiple times. And here's kind of a hidden second entry short. So we did have a break and a new low of this downtrend. But at least what I'm interpreting this to be right now is a break and a new low, but it's really just a downtrend followed by some congestion, followed by another potential downtrend. So if we draw this, once again, another short-term downtrend after congestion, we're still looking to test this low. I actually like this trade. Very bearish signal bar at the EMA. Worked out for a scalp. So let's see how many points are in there. So just about 2 points, which is more than enough if you're going for a 1 point scalp, even if you're going for a 2 point scalp, depending on where you enter. But now we finally reach this low. So we had this break, new low, and we continue to push lower. So once again, we get a second entry short. Very similar trade to this one. And it worked out. I'm talking about this right here. So we have this short-term downtrend, break of it. We're looking to test this new low. We have one leg up. First entry short, another leg up. Second entry short. Bang. Have a good day. And that's how we ended the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace out.